Hello everyone, this is Cass of Mad Alchemy Comics, and I'm here to bring you another Mad Alchemy What If, where I take characters from the Mad Alchemy universe and I insert them into other universes and other stories across other mediums. So we have been going into a series with the Resident Evil franchise, where we have covered Resident Evil 1 through Code Veronica. Now, with the Halloween season amongst us, we are thinking of covering the other series as well, and we hope to continue on with it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, Resident Evil 4 is a good change of pace from the last game, as our characters are beginning to train and, better themselves in other fields and other aspects of tactical training and maneuverability to better have themselves take on Umbrella. So we start the series here with Resident Evil 4 with Leon S. Kennedy, as he has trained with the CIA and other special agents and has his job with the president. So with his first job, he is tasked with rescuing the president's daughter from a cult that lives in Spain. So with his past events in Raccoon City and his current training, he's going to be perfect for the job. We're going to start the story with Leon being by himself. He's going to be up until the point where he is captured by the village chief and is injected with the Las Plagas. This is where the Westbrooks will come in. So now you have Luis, the Westbrooks, and they've kind of been and Leon interacting with Heineken on the radio. So this is good for them in this scenario, because now the Westbrooks have a contact with the outside world. They have contacts with their siblings, while secondary contact with Heineken, and Leon is now a more advanced combatant. Yes, you got Luis as well, but he's still that wild card that's moving in the background. So, after they figured out that, Leon has been injected with the Las Plagas, you're going to have a kind of a new mechanic with it, with Michael's mask, where he's able to examine Leon's body and see the progress of where the Las Plagas is. So they're going forward, and they're taking on enemies and things like that. This is one of the instances that kind of makes it kind of hard for them to move, because with the time of the essence of the Las Plagas, while dealing with other bosses and other factors, they're kind of, again, in that rush. The Westbrooks, again, even though they're good when they're in 4s, they're okay in 2s. So, and they have Leon now, who is more trained. So now he can be incorporated into plans. So even though it's not the Westbrooks in their full force state, they can utilize the extra muscle. So they're making it to the church. They have beaten the head of the village. They've beaten the Los Gigantes. They've taken out the mines. They now have the ally in the merchant, which is a big help. In other games, the merchant is going to be a big help for Leon and the Westbrooks, for him doing his research and his inventions, for them and their weaponry. This makes Resident Evil 4 very easy and capable for people like the Westbrooks, and now with Leon as well. So now that they're at the church, they have that added factor of saving the president's daughter, who also has the Las Plagas. So even though now that they have the merchant and the weaponry, they have the added burden of 2 people being infected with a parasite. So again, time is of the essence, and now they have a mission to carry the president's daughter to safety, while now finding out that there's a wild card in Ada Wong on the island. So again, Luis is moving around. You have Ada Wong moving around. You've heard now that there is a mole that's helping the village chief and the cult. Things are getting very complicated very quickly. So this is now not only you have to think, protect, and fight. They are kind of now wishing that they brought their other siblings along. So now Resident Evil 4 is made easy by the upgrades and weaponry, but made very complicated by all the factors and the movement going around in the background. Going forward, they fulfill all the tasks, the puzzles, gained all the weaponry that they can. They're completely tacticaled up. They've beaten all the enemies and they make it to Salazar. They defeat Salazar. They've gone through the castle. Luis has been killed. They've gone to the final boss, the cult leader. They fight the cult leader. They completely beat him, do what they do with him, get the rocket launcher, they take him out. So now the island is getting ready to explode. They get ready to get out of there. You got Leon in the plane. You got, again, the Westbrooks finding their way out, as well as Ada and all the other factors. They found the mole in Krauser. They've beaten Krauser. And pretty much they've beaten Resident Evil 4. So how I would grade Resident Evil 4 in a nutshell is, once again, it was made significantly easy with the weaponry and the upgrades, but made significantly hard with all the movement of the different factions, Luis, the Mole and Krauser, Ada Wong, the cult, all the Los Plagas villagers, the military trained people, all that. So I would have to grade Resident Evil a 6 out of 10. That even though now that everybody is trained, the many factors, the many boss fights, the many Los Plagas and all that just made it very hard to concentrate, to focus on getting to the next goal, while also carrying Ashley, while also having to deal with the added time frame of getting the Los Plagas out. They do, of course, and pretty much saving the day. So yes, so even though again you have the weapon factor and they didn't have, you need not for weaponry, just too much going on, that they needed to be very tactical, quick, and on the mark. Luckily, they did have Michael there, who was able to utilize his alchemic abilities to know how to use all the machinery and dispatch people. He had Joseph's training, and now Leon is also peaked out and trained. It makes these things more easier and tactical. So once again, I would grade this a 6 out of 10 in hard factor for the Westbrook family as they are entered in Resident Evil 4. So even though people are more trained, it's getting harder for them now. So follow them in Resident Evil 5 and how they go into Africa and how they will deal with that. So see you next time, guys, and happy Halloween. Thank you. Have a good one.